Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Ooh, I always have to do this all the time. Yes, we are outside again today. It's actually getting pretty dark, so I had to take my big light. This is how dark it is. It's very dark. So we are outside today, and I wanted to talk about something pretty popular right now and controversial right now. Popular, controversial, I don't know, but anyhow, Digicams. This old digital camera from yesteryears. Everybody now pretty much have one of them, and this is all because of Instagram and TikTok and all the social media craze. And I wanted to try myself also into this trend. Not necessarily really try myself, but jump into this and experience why people are using these cameras. And you guys know that I'm a very big fan of Fuji and its color science and the beautiful files from Fuji. And these all these digital digicams, digital camera literally, have one thing in particular common. They use an older sensor technology called CCD sensor. All the newest stuff that we have now, like our cell phones, a little bit more of a modern digicam as well. Here you can say point and shoot. This one uses it also uses a CMOS sensor, if I'm not mistaken. I'll Google that right now. The G5X uses a CMOS sensor. So one thing about CCD sensors, and CCD I don't even know what they stand for, but I'll put it right here. So one thing about CCD sensor is their color reproduction was very saturated. That's one thing that all of them have in common. A lot of those cameras have really vibrant colors, and I'm pretty happy that I stumbled upon this Samsung ST500. That's the name right here. So Samsung ST500, that's the name right there, if you can see it. So this camera is kind of a party starter, or a talk starter, and it's like all your old point and shoots. They have retractable cameras, as you can see there. But one thing that this one has compared to all the other one, it has two screens. So obviously you have your back screen over there. It's not the best quality. You can't really see it when you are outside, so you have to put your hands right there. But for a selfie, for example, you have a secondary screen. I'm gonna switch it on right now. 1, 2, 3, there. So you have a secondary screen which you can use for yourself as a selfie camera, so you can see yourself. Yeah, that's it's a neat big type of thing, but it's really good to have because you can frame yourself pretty well and see. I don't know why Samsung literally stopped making camera, and it has a flashlight as well. So it's not very manual per se. So there is no PASM dial here. So it's more of a auto type of everything. You have exposure compensation, which helps when you want to sort of expose this ISO as well. You can literally control your ISO. Those are some of the things that are a little bit different from this camera. You have, and one thing I also like is that you have different scenes, different filters, if I can call it like that. How do they call it? Forest, the style, different style, a little bit like your picture profile as well as your simulation. So this one has different simulation. You have retro, you have, let's go through some of those simulation because that is something quite interesting. You have normal, you have soft, you have vivid, you have forest, you have retro, you have cool, you have calm, you have classic, and you have RGB. There was this other simulation that was completely black and white that I tried. I don't know if I can find it. Yeah, it's a classic one. The classic simulation is completely black and white. There is a little bit of level of customization when it comes to these styles, because the RGB one allows you to define an RGB tone to create your own style, your own photo style. So that's the only thing that you can do. You can add literally RGB, red, green, and blue. Yeah, it's a very fun camera, and these are some of the photos that I've taken with it. And the good thing about what I like about the camera is the size. Obviously, I can't talk about the cons of this camera. There are so many cons about this camera. It's just not a camera where you can be like, hey, this is a professional camera. No, this is not a professional camera. But you can slide some of the shot of from this camera into your professional work. For example, if you're looking into that VHS or nostalgic views and photos from last or years, decades ago, you can slide some of the photos, some of the video from this camera, because obviously this camera can't even shoot full HD. It shoots 1280 by 720, and I don't even know on which frame rate. Let's just check it out there. So it shoots some video, which is quite interesting, and that's actually one of the first reasons why I got this camera. 30 frames per second, and you can't change the frame rate. So that's one thing that you gotta take. So it shoots those video, and they look, as you can see on this video, they look very overexposed, and yeah, it's not really the best possible camera, but it gives you that feel of old camera technology and of old things that we used to see when we were infants and when we were a little younger. So that is one thing, that is things that this type of cameras are doing, and it's good to just pull up and shoot away quickly. And I also have this other one, this Sony Cybershot. I don't know which sensor is this. This is a camera. If, by the way, if you don't know it, it's a G Master lens camera. This is my only G Master Sony camera I have. It's also a point and shoot camera. I'll do a review about this camera and how to use it. It is a camera. It's for those who know about cameras. They know that it does. So it has these grips at the back. They fold. You can unfold them, and you take your phone up there. Literally, you can't really use this camera without a phone. It has to have a phone, for example, to see your frame and all the stuff. It's a good party starter as well, not necessarily top. It's a nice it breaks the ice pretty nicely in a conversation. So it's a Sony Cybershot. I'm also going to check the type of sensor that it has. Yeah, it's a CMOS sensor. Unfortunately, it's not a CCD sensor. So, but I'll do a comparison between this CMOS sensor. They are not all made of the same type. So I have one point and shoot there. This is the point and shoot camera, like it or not. Or please focus. So this is what you get. Literally, you get something like this weird contraction here. So this is also a point and shoot camera. It's a Canon G5X. I use a lot of this camera, a lot of the footage from this camera for some of the stuff that I do. And then this is my CCD sensor. I'm probably going to pick up another camera like this. I'll check which one I really like. But from this one, I can see this camera have potentials. I wish I could get the Fuji one. If I could get the Fuji that shoots rough photos, that would also be awesome. I really would like to see what the photos looks like. And there is also a Canon one that is very popular. It's the silver one. I don't know if I can find it here in South Africa, and maybe unless I try getting it on eBay. That would be nice. But yeah, this little camera. This is not literally a full review. It's just an impression about having a camera like this. I remember I used to have a Nikon Coolpix that I used some times ago. That was like in 2012, 2013, 2013, late 2013. I used to have a red Nikon Coolpix, and I really love that camera as well. And then you change, obviously you improve, you get better, you get to DSLR level cameras and so forth and so on. So this camera, as you can see, it doesn't have any button as well. So everything it's a touch screen camera, but as I say, I'll do a proper review about it. It's a touchscreen camera, so everything is controlled on the camera itself, and the screen is actually really poor quality. But I really kind of don't care. It gives you what you pay for, and these cameras are not going for millions and millions of things. The flaring, the flaring on the camera is really bad, but yeah, it does what it's supposed to do. That's take casual photo. Literally, it's not here for professional photo. It's just your casual companion, but the photos are saturated, really punchy. I reduced the sharpness on the photo, which is something I liked. You can do that. uh, so that's good. Actually, I haven't even gone through the whole camera to check, but the colors are good. At least from what I can see from the back screen, it's not super accurate, but it works. So I also entered that craze of Digicam, and I own one. That's like my daily companion. I'll be keeping it and going with it to places. Just have it in my pocket, and that's the good thing about it. It's very pocketable. It's very small, and it takes some nostalgic photos. So welcome to the age of Digicam, and then I'm also guilty of that. All right, guys. See you in the next video, and peace out.